kind of man was your father? Was he quiet-spoken? Was he...
No, he was the opposite of that. He actually was very gregarious, and I don't know if it was, well, it may have been partly because of traveling with his father, right, through the South growing up, and also because of where he ended up in terms of his work. But he thought of himself as the man in the street, so he was always commenting on life in the large from the point of view of the man in the street, what the little man, right? But what's happening to the little man. So he was always looking at things from the point of view of the little man. I think from one point of view, it's an orientation that has really grounded my own way of looking at things, right? That as I grew up, because Pop liked to go around and visit both his relatives and people he worked with. And I liked to tag along with him, So if he said, "Who wants to go?" I was always ready to go. And so I listened to a lot of adult conversations, And Pop, one of the things he would do was we'd be talking to people, and then he would, when we'd leave, he would comment to me about them, right? So he was always making comments about people and sort of who they were really, as opposed to who they might seem to be, right? And he always had a word for what he called this damn fool thing called an education and educated fools, he was always looking out,
Well, he felt that education was a negative?
Well, what I think it's interesting. I don't think that he felt that education was a negative. I think what he felt was that you got a lot of pompousness along with education, and you got a lot of foolishness along with education.
And more distant from the person in the street.
Yes, well, maybe a denial of the common sense aspect that the man in the street represents, right? This idea of really looking at what's going on from the lens of common sense, right, as opposed from the lens of some kind of, some kind of theory, some kind of system, right, that you are parroting in some sense, right? So he was very much.
Did he have specific dreams for himself?
I think so, and I think he was never the way his life sort of played itself out. It didn't happen.